David's thumb hovered over his latest Instagram post, a photo of his morning coffee and laptop against the window of a local cafe. The caption read, "Monday motivation, chase your dreams." He'd spent 20 minutes choosing the filter, adjusting the angle, and crafting those 4 words. Now, 15 minutes later, there were only 3 likes. His stomach churned as he checked who'd viewed his story, who hadn't, and who'd seen his post without liking it. This was his 3rd check in the past 5 minutes. That evening, as anxiety gnawed at him over an unflattering comment on his post, David found himself falling down a familiar rabbit hole, scrolling through self-help articles about social media anxiety. But this time, something different caught his eye. A quote from a former slave who became one of history's greatest philosophers. "There is only one way to happiness," Epictetus had written, "and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our power to control." David paused. Beyond our power to control. He thought about his morning social media activity, all 47 minutes of it. What exactly had he been trying to control? David opened Instagram again, but this time with a different perspective. He began to list out what he could and couldn't control. Beyond his control, who likes his posts, who follows him, what others post, others' opinions of him, the algorithm's reach, how his posts compare to others within his control, whether to post at all, his reasons for posting, his response to likes or comments, time spent on the app, who he follows, his judgments about others' posts. As he wrote this list, David remembered something that had happened last week. His friend Sarah had posted photos from her vacation in Bali. He'd spent hours feeling inadequate, comparing his life to those perfectly curated shots. Now he wondered what Epictetus would say about that. The ancient philosopher had taught that comparing ourselves to others was a guaranteed path to unhappiness, precisely because it focused our energy on things we couldn't control. When you find yourself annoyed by someone's good fortune, he'd written, ask yourself, would I want all the choices and commitments that led to that outcome? Did David really want Sarah's life, with its 60-hour work weeks that paid for those luxury vacations? Or was he just caught in the trap of comparing his behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel? The next morning, instead of his usual automatic scroll through social media, David tried something different. Before unlocking his phone, he recalled another teaching from Epictetus. First, say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. What did he want to be? Not someone seeking validation through likes and comments, not someone measuring his worth against others' curated images. He wanted to be present, authentic, and at peace with himself. He opened Instagram with this intention and immediately noticed the familiar pull of anxiety as he saw the notification counter. But now, remembering Epictetus, he paused to examine this feeling. Is this notification count within my control? No. Does it reflect my true worth? No. Can I choose how to respond to it? Yes. Over the next few weeks, David developed what he called his Epictetus filter. Not the kind that enhanced photos, but one that filtered his social media experience through 3 stoic questions. Is this within my control? What judgment am I making about this? How can I respond virtuously? He began using these questions before posting, scrolling, or reacting to anything online. Gradually, his relationship with social media transformed. He posted less frequently, but more authentically. He spent less time scrolling and more time creating. When he did check his feeds, it was with purpose rather than compulsion. One day, while cleaning out his phone's screenshots, David found his old list of social media anxieties. Reading through them, he realized something had fundamentally shifted. The apps hadn't changed. The likes, comments, and algorithms were the same, but his relationship with them had transformed entirely. That evening, he made a post, his first in 2 weeks. It was a simple photo of his notepad with his Epictetus filter questions written on it. The caption read, "True freedom isn't having everyone like your posts. It's being at peace whether they do or not. As he set his phone down without checking the likes, he smiled, knowing Epictetus would approve. The former slave who'd found freedom through philosophy had something profound to teach us about finding freedom in our digital age. The path to peace isn't through controlling the external world of likes and followers, but through mastering our internal world of judgments and reactions. David's phone buzzed with a new notification. For the first time in years, he felt no urge to check it immediately. He was already doing something more important, living his life, unfiltered and unafraid of what anyone might think about it. In his final surviving work, Epictetus had written, "Freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of desires, but by the removal of desire." David had finally understood. Social media freedom came not from getting everyone to like us, but from no longer needing them to.